Hi, it's that time of the week again where we do the mailing of the fans. Or man fail, as I'm now calling it, because I tend to fail every week in some way or another. But hey, listen, good news, guys. I've got some exciting news. Fantastic news. I've got a new microphone. I've got a new audio mixing deck. In the
freshest install of Windows this side of the Mississippi River.
Yep, it's been a nightmare. So I apologize. I haven't. Yeah, you know what? This is all announcements, really. I'm going to start just by humbly apologizing for multiple things, and then I'll just throw over to you guys.
This is the most English opening we've ever had.
to then
it's the British Open.
It's the British Open. Well, it is the British Open as well. But so
let me open with a myriad of apologies about things you didn't even know about.
Things. Well, I mean, the results were probably obvious. Well, so basically, like last week, there was supposed to be GPW, which didn't happen. There was also supposed to be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, which we've recorded, but that also didn't come out yet. So I was supposed to edit these. Various things happened, and then my PC it didn't explode, but Windows broke itself to the degree that, like, whenever I went into Windows, everything was missing. Like, it just kept throwing up boxes about DLLs. Like, there was no start menu. Like, whenever I tried to look at like the Windows version, it just said Windows version null. Like, it was just broken. Like, I don't know how I managed to achieve it, but it broke it very badly. And I even did recovery, where you can go in Windows now and you can just say reinstall Windows. And I did that, and it reinstalled Windows in the same broken state it was before. So somehow Windows...
Oh my God, that is such a similar experience that I had.
It's mad, right? Yeah, no, I mean...
I have backup set up, though?
Well,
Well, this is
restore points, or it's just
no. It was a restore point that did it. So what happened was I installed Malwarebytes because I wanted to test something.
I installed malware too. I think that's how I had my problem.
It wasn't malware. Well, it was Malwarebytes. And then I uninstalled Malwarebytes, but when I uninstalled Malwarebytes, Windows Defender wouldn't work again, and nothing I could do would get Windows Defender to work again. So I used System Restore to go back about 4 days, and that's what completely nuked Windows.
Without removing the program?
I removed the program, and then I used System Restore after trying to fix it myself, and then System Restore broke Windows. Doing the System Restore is the thing that broke Windows.
Is it kind of like the Back to the Future conundrum, where if you go back in time and make changes and no?
Kind of. It's all a bit wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey. Anyway, long and short of it is, I did have a backup for most things, so everything's fine, except for when me and Zach did a stream yesterday. I didn't. The only thing I hadn't backed up because I didn't realize I had to was the save game for the Quarry. So we're never going to know what happened. So the Quarry's done.
Now just to hear of that, Zach has logged in. I'm so sorry, Zach. Is this you finding out?
No, Zach was there. I was just explaining how the Quarry's done. We're done with the Quarry.
Oh yeah, the Quarry. That game ended really, really tragically.
Yeah, and jeez.
I really, really, really wanted to kill those teenagers, and Danny just didn't let me.
That's basically, yeah, I was disappointed too. We were very near the end as well, and it's not worth going through the whole experience again.
Were you disappointed? It seemed like you had like a jovial, like, you're kind of like, oh no, I didn't save the Quarry.
I mean, it
doesn't have cloud saves.
It's not the best game I've ever played, if I'm honest, but I did, I'm a bit sad that we didn't, like you say, get to kill everybody. That's the downside, really.
Was this week supposed to be like Shark Week, but for teenagers? We played Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We played The Quarry, which is all teenagers. We played Mortal Shell, which is made by teenagers.
Is it made by teenagers?
No.
Oh, jeez. Mortal Hell, more like it.
I have some complaints. No, it's fun, but there are some big drawbacks.
Anyway, I mean, this is all by the by, but the long and short of it is I haven't had a chance to edit GPW. I haven't had a chance to edit Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So those will be coming this week. And you know, that's one apology. The second is for being late for fan mail because I've been too busy trying to get everything set back up again. But the good news is Mikey's convinced me to increase our production qualities once again. So I think I can show everyone this. This is live footage of the new streaming mixing deck that I've got, where you can see my voice going up and down here, and then if someone else speaks anytime now,
Check.
there you go.
1, 2.
So I can,
Just
you can
leave
turn them
him
down.
hanging.
So you know, that's
For that-
that's
I can't see what he's doing, so I didn't know when he was there or not.
I'm in the same boat as you.
that's how it
So,
works.
Danny, tell us about the buttons.
So the buttons are great. So this one will mute me. So now you can't hear
That's
me
a
anymore.
great button.
Moving on.
And
Love
then
it.
this one will mute you guys. So now,
Oh, come on,
Okay,
don't mute
that's
us. That's
rude.
not even funny. Actually,
I
that
think.
sounded like it muted you again.
Well, it did to you, but anyway.
Yeah, just mute him.
The best button I think on this deck, apart from obviously making all the sound nicer
The
for
fart
everyone, is the so now I can call you you know, and then you can't really do anything about it. You absolutely. This button is the best button that I've ever had.
I think you need practice with it, though.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
I
we
suppose
heard
I'm not
all
actually.
those curse
Yeah,
words.
we heard every one of
Well, I
That
know.
was awful.
I suppose. I
cannot
suppose
believe
really
you
I
just
should be
called
using
James the R word.
Well, let's see. It's going to take some getting used to use this, but I suppose whenever I say the actual f***ing word is when I should press it.
Yeah, you gotta
That was
do it.
good.
Actually, you were doing
was
it better
good.
before, and then we did a bit, and then that one I heard.
And I liked that one. That was good. It was like it was a miss bleep. I like it.
Did the actual
guess my
mother
question-
word actually come through when I did that? I'm not sure.
Well, we heard most of it, just the last one, but that one was good.
Okay.
Does this mean you're gonna stream more, or why do we have this?
Well, I have it because it basically replaces the voice meter banana thing. So,
Oh yeah, that thing is trash.
so
Trash.
Great. Give me
Trash.
a break. Oh
Trash.
my god,
Trash.
it's
Trash,
fantastic.
trash,
Trash.
trash.
They have a
trash.
new one called
Trash.
Voice Meter Potato,
Can-
and it's even better.
Oh my god. Voice meter potato banana. And now we're on to potato. What are they, fucking Mac OS? It's the
It
leopard.
works
It's-
on Mac too. It's free. It's the best free audio mixing
Or
board.
your
Oh,
mattress
man.
is free.
Yeah, I buy that for $1. You remind me of Mark Burnham. The more the time goes by, where he's just like, "You guys don't need Photoshop. Have you used a software called GIMP? It's free." Oh, fuck you so
It's
many
free.
times over, you piece of shit. I'm gonna. You want things to take 10 times as long as they should? It's free.
I actually learned all my photo shopping stuff on GIMP because it was free, and I didn't pay for Photoshop or for Adobe for a long time. And so now when I try to do Photoshop, I don't know how to do it because I learned on GIMP.
You're just a GIMP. Bring out the GIMP.
This is a good start. I like it.
Oh, James is
We-
in a hurry, guys. Look out.
we want to see your beautiful face, Zach. We want to see your beautiful face. Anyway,
I'll turn around in a second. But hey, GPW, could we set up a match between the potato and the banana?
we probably potentially quite could do that. Yeah.
Probably make that happen. But all
Maybe
you gotta
two
do is fill out
potatoes
the
and a banana.
form. There's a
Oh,
form
right. There's a
to fill out.
fucking form.
Or just fill out the
Okay,
form for the wrestler.
Is it easily found on the website, or do I have to join the Patreon?
I think it's easily found on the website, and it's also in the GPW fan page on Discord. Pinned
Okay.
message. I haven't checked it
Gamefront.com.
since the first couple of days. Let me see how many we got going right here.
Anyway, long and short of my apology. Yeah, GPW this week.
It's still going on.
Ninja Turtles this week.
He can't stop apologizing. He's
I'm
fucked up
gonna
so bad.
I'm going to try and do more streams and actually make use of this equipment. Anyway, I'll move on now. Other announcements.
1 week later.
Oh, there's some good ones. We got oh wow. Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, this isn't
Somebody-
entertaining to hear you say, okay, come on, give
I
us
don't
some
know.
meat.
I'm
give us
kind of
some
enjoying
meat.
it.
So somebody asked it to me to put a additional information section into the form, and they've used it thoroughly to describe some of the stuff that they want for their wrestler, and I wasn't sure why they wanted that additional information part, but they've used it correctly. So out of the 4 people that have filled out the form, 3 of the 4 have said that I'm cute, and 1 said that maybe I'm cute. So 3 of these 4 wrestlers will probably get made.
What the? I told you this shit is rigged.
Mhm.
Just call the guy who runs the thing cute, and you're in.
It's on the form. It's a
Okay, where is the form on the website though? I am on the website.
It's-
I can see
it's-
that we
it's-
really are pushing Smite, so we must
Oh,
be.
it's not on the
part of
website.
Smite.
It's not on the website. The
Oh.
the
It got put
website.
on the website.
The
I don't know.
website.
We don't know the people who run the website, right? We haven't met those guys yet.
I listen. I have some exciting news about the website, but I'll
Oh,
leave that
fuck
for.
me. Why did I get up this morning?
Go back to bed, baby.
Tell us about the website.
Go back to bed, Zach.
Well, so there is a form first. First of all, it's worth mentioning. If you want to be in the GPW, you can join the GPW Wrestling Academy today. You can fill in the form to apply, and the link will be going into the chat soon, I assume, Morgan, because I think you know the link, but whatever. Let's put that in the chat so people can click on it's a Google form, fill it in, we'll make you a creator wrestler. If you've already been on the show and you want to make a different one, fill it in anyway. We'll make you a new creator wrestler and just pretend you always look like that, because whatever, continuity is not important. So that's GPW. And then the website is another exciting announcement. I was talking with Mikey yesterday. Everyone remembers Mikey. He's a lovely man, and Mikey kindly informs me that the new version of the website, the shiny new website, the exciting new website, the amazing new website, it's not done yet. It's not done yet,
Ugh.
but
Jesus.
it's
This
now
is taking a little longer than it should.
it's now feature complete, which means that it's ready almost for people to start testing it. So that means if
Right,
you're in the
that sounds-
Patreons, if you're a Patreon, you will soon have access to the new website to be able to start testing it and help us with testing potentially. So that's probably going to be in the next couple of weeks or something like that. No dates
So
have been
give us
confirmed
money
yet,
so
but
you can beta test the website.
no, it's going to be a phased. Patrons get first access because that's just thank you for being a patron. That's not the reason why you should become a patron. I'm sure most of them don't actually care.
If you happen to find a bug and you want to let us know,
It's
Yeah.
got
Google form you can fill out.
no. It's got actually got something built in called Bug Herd, which means that when you're on it, you can click a button in the corner and it'll take a screenshot, and then you fill in what you want to say, and it's actually really cool the way you can give feedback on the new website. But so it's nearly ready for people to start to test it, which means once we've tested it and fixed a load of bugs and stuff, the next step after that will be actually launching it, which is the exciting bit. Hey, Mikey's there. I hope you don't mind me telling people what I'm saying. Anyway,
Oh, did you just break NDA and Mikey happened to be watching?
I know
Did you write
it's
an
always a
NDA and then
risk.
Sign it and then break it.
I did.
Like immediately?
I broke my own NDA. He's watching without audio. Well, you're not, because you wouldn't know what I was saying otherwise. What are you talking about? Anyway, website, things are moving forwards. I'm very excited. Sorry, that's enough announcements for me. Anyone else?
Just that Barbie is being shot 2 blocks from my house right now, which stars Will Ferrell, and there's warning signs that if you're walking through set, you might end up on screen. So if we can wrap this up, I'm gonna get in my Ron Burgundy outfit and just walk up and down the beach all day.
Do you think they're going to use the footage with someone who looks exactly like Will Ferrell walking around dressed as
Yeah.
Anchorman in the background?
I
strong-
highly doubt it would ruin the shot.
I strongly suspect they will either remove you from the general area or they will not use that footage.
Well, they're gonna have a long day of shoots. We gotta wrap this up.
This just feels like the setup for a sitcom where basically they confuse James for Will Ferrell, and then the next thing you know, he's actually filming the rest of the movie because Will Ferrell's fallen down a manhole somewhere.
Oh,
and
it
then
could be like that Chris Rock movie.
yeah,
What's the Chris?
exactly.
Oh, what?
It was with Anthony Hopkins. Maybe it was Michael Bay directed it, but where he's like his brother's like he was born a twin, and his brother somehow was adopted by a different family, and then he became like a CIA undercover agent. He gets killed, and so then they go get Chris Rock to like fill in for him. One of those premises.
Spy Who
that's
Shagged Me.
Yep. Nailed it.
Thank you.
Oh wait, is that the second one? Is that the sequel?
Oh, that reminds me of that Will Smith movie where they clone him.
Gemini Man or something?
Gemini Man. That's one of the worst movies ever made.
So bad.
Terrible.
I like how we were able to get from Chris Rock to Will Smith pretty quickly.
Yeah, we'll always bring those two together.
Yeah. In simpatico.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Should we do some fan mail? Yes.
Shall we do some fan mail?
James is losing his mind because we haven't started fan mail yet.
3,
Did
2,
we
1.
get Zach on camera here?
He's on camera.
Yeah,
and,
he's on
and
camera. He's looking
Oh,
beautiful.
okay.
He's wearing
he's wearing a robe. Yeah.
It's not a robe.
Oh,
It-
Battlefield
is
Earth is really bad. It's a gi.
it's a dressing gown. Okay.
Pretty much. It's pretty much a gi kind of sort of thing.
It's a gi.
I'm a gi. Battlefield Earth is fantastic. What are you talking about?
John Travolta's best movie.
Yeah, and Barry Pepper.
Well,
Everybody
and
loves
the
Barry
one
Pepper.
where he's an angel is also good. So
I think
between those
Michael?
I'm going to roll the
Yeah,
intro because
cool.
I can see James is
What
getting
about
upset. So,
Phenomenon?
oh right,
You know-
okay.
Oh, that's another great one. You know, the irony is that his kid's name is Michael in the movie Face Off. And his son is like killed right away. Spoiler alert for Face
I don't know
Off.
that you know what irony means from the way you're
Oh.
using that word.
Oh.
Maybe though. Maybe I don't know the movies well,
Well,
enough to understand.
Well,
the
I'm saying
irony of it
because
all.
John Travolta is named Michael in a movie where he plays an angel, and in Face Off, his son is killed right away, becoming an angel.
Oh.
So there's an irony there, I would say. And the
Yeah,
kid's
I
name
guess
is
so.
Michael, so it's
How long
like,
has it been since you watched Broken Arrow?
Dude, Broken Arrow's the shit.
been a long
Christian
time for me.
Slater. I read the book, the novelization of basically every John Travolta movie. That's what I read was in high school. So my teacher was always like, "You read Face Off?" I'm like, "Yeah, they novelized it."
Oh my god.
And
She
that's
was
a
just
great
like,
segue to Death's Door.
Death's Door.
Is it?
What?
The frick?
It would be-
Everybody's
There's better
thinking to
segues.
themselves,
It would
"Wow, Zach reads books about movies."
I know.
Death's Door.
It's almost like those boys need a podcast to talk about this stuff. But
Yeah.
I know.
Get
All
around
right,
to
so
it.
the
win.
first comment that we're going to go through here is from Chase. I'm so proud of this channel for finishing nearly every game they've committed themselves to since their relaunch. Notable
Nonsense.
exception is Dark Souls 2, Scholars of the First Sin, or whatever.
Cyberpunk.
But we've already gotten so much Dark Souls.
Sekiro.
What is DK? What's
Dark Souls 2.
why is it
Dark
DK?
Souls 2.
Oh, so it's just not abbreviated. It's just the letters that are important sounding.
One can only
I don't
assume.
know,
No, ask Jays.
Out of
Jays,
the-
are you here? Do you want to yell at Jays?
Is it
It's
Knights
the-
of the First Scholar? What is it?
Knights of the First Scholar. Yeah,
I
it's
just
Dark
read
Souls
it-
Knights of the First
I just
Scholar.
read it as Dark Souls 2. I don't know why the K's in
I
there,
was
but
kind of thinking that too. The K seems so strange to me. Anyways, it's Scholars of the First Sin is the thing, not Knights of the First Scholar. But I was just trying to fill it.
You're
But
the
anyways,
person who said that. Now you're fighting yourself?
I said that because I was trying to figure out what DKS stands for, what the
Dark
abbreviation
Souls
meant.
2. It's not an abbreviation.
That's not an okay. We'll have to agree that it's not an abbreviation. Yeah. So we've beaten almost everything with the exception of that, and then we had
then we get
a lot of
Enter
apologies.
the
for other
Englishman.
things.
the truth
and
the
Sekiro,
truth
and Red
is
Dead 2, and Sifu, and Biomutant, and Watch Dogs Legion, and Half-Life, and Alex, and many, many more.
the truth is almost every series that we started since we came back in 2018, the vast majority of them have not finished.
But
The- you've-
are we always committed to finishing them? I don't know.
I think the answer to that is no, because we didn't finish most. It's fair to say since Morgan joined the crew again back in 2000 and whenever Adventure Bits was summarily
Finished a lot of games.
shut down. I think we've been
It
better.
could come back. We don't know.
It could come back. It could take over. Who knows? But I'm thinking we've done a lot better since. But we still didn't. You finished Cyberpunk, didn't you? No, you didn't finish Cyberpunk.
No, I didn't.
Which one
It
did
was pretty broken when I started it up.
Which one?
I'm willing to take another shot at it, but I'd have to start over.
You finished Doom Eternal, didn't you?
I did finish Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
I finished a couple games. I don't remember what they were, but there was a couple that I finished.
And there's many you didn't. So thank you, Jays, but you're wrong. Oh yeah, the sausage. I'm guessing
Danny,
that's you.
the sausage factory door. Wasn't that your nickname in high school?
It's the
Okay.
sausage factory door. Ew.
Wow.
That's a good one. Oh,
Yikes.
Danny, the sausage factory door.
Oh my God.
It's blown open again. All right. That was a pretty good one, though. And then Amazing Jay says, I'll be honest, I don't remember any of those except for Sifu. Fair point. And Biomutant, but I never considered Biomutant to be a commitment.
Did not know how bad that game was going to be.
Oh,
Overnight.
Morgan did because he made Danny buy it.
I was so hyped on that game. It looked so sick.
You're like
So
my
basic.
mom and dad in their marriage, just not committed.
That was the first thing we ever purchased with the Patreon money. I hope you guys appreciate what we did
shot
there.
it.
Get into the Patreon so you can beta test the website.
And buy copies of
Do
Biomutant.
things for us. Mikey
We would
could
have.
use
It would have
some
been a
of
better video if I would have taken the $60 and just burned it on camera. That would have got way more
Actually,
views.
Danny, could
No.
you get us $60 to burn on camera?
As a test to see if it does better.
We
I
just
mean-
want to. We think it might. Be
I bet
good
people will lose
content.
their minds if we just start burning money on camera every day. Just burn $100.
I was gonna say,
Oh,
get it
God,
all in individual dollar bills or whatever, and write each Patreon person's name on it, and be like, "This is thanks to Pill."
I bet you would get
Burn.
so many Patreons. It would blow up. That we would go viral for sure. And then we
Look
just
at
have to
these
keep
pieces
going.
of
So we just
shit.
keep
I gotta
burning
back these
more and more
guys.
money. 50% of all the money we get, we burn.
What are we? What are we in the Paul gang? What are we fucking KSI?
You don't think that we would
I
become
do.
viral soon?
Come on, people,
I mean,
get out there
I'd
and make
watch
us the
that.
next Mr. Beast, and we'll start planting a tree for every dollar bill we burn.
I can hear the cancellations coming through as we speak.
All right, Adventure Bits is coming
Um,
back. We got a new format.
Brad Hahn,
Feels good to laugh this early in the morning, you know.
Yeah.
if you guys are after a game for filler episodes, I would recommend Satisfactory. Satisfactory is very good if you like that kind of city builder kind of thing. The
I
tu-
hear
Weird
that
coming from your
filler
mouth.
episodes is hurtful though.
Yeah, the tutorial so that's the thing. If you were going to play Satisfactory, you would need to do the tutorial first, so don't make that mistake. But there's that's one episode. I wouldn't do an
How
episode
do you
on the
know this,
tutorial.
Danny? I asked you to
Oh.
play that game, and you said no.
No,
So Morgan gets Biomutant, and I say Satisfactory, and you're like, no.
I didn't
No,
say
Zach.
Did I say no to Satisfactory?
You, see, you can't even remember. See,
I don't
yeah, you
remember
said
it.
no multiple
Oh,
times. You
I'm just
yelled
kinda-
at me.
We kind of
You got your spray bottle out.
Was like,
I'm very
has told me
surprised.
that
But
I can get whatever I want.
What?
Every time I ask him, he's like, "Yeah, just get whatever you want."
Yeah, get the deluxe edition. You know what? Get two while you're at it, man.
But
Well,
I
anyway.
can't get $60 to burn.
Oh,
And
what
it-
kind of
it-
world is this?
it's the kind
James,
of game where you can play in your own
I will
time.
Venmo you $60 right now if you burn it on
We,
camera.
we
I
please stop
can't
trying
do
to.
it. You know
sorry,
damn well
sorry.
I could never do it.
Guys,
It's a free
What?
$60.
he's never going to burn $60 like he says. But even if he did, one, that's a fire hazard. Two, that's just
Yeah.
burning $60. Like, there's a lot of problems with this plan. And
But there's so many upsides. There's a fire. It's a statement of some sort. We
It's
make a lot
so
of
many
money.
good things, Danny. But I'll be honest, I am not able to throw the ring into the Mount Doom into Mordor. I would keep the $60. I'm a bad man, but I think
All
the
right, send
good
it
of
to
the
me.
world, I can't do that. I need that $60.
I'll do it. You know I'll do it.
I know you'll do it. In fact, I'm
Whatever amount of
afraid
money
that
you send me, I'll do it.
we're not burning money.
We are, just in a different way.
Just in a, yeah, not literally at least.
Metaphorically, physically.
I don't think Satisfactory is on our list of games to play, though, because I think we had something better lined up, didn't we?
Well, here's
Oh.
the thing. We
I just
want
wanna
to
say this.
play.
Well, just why I'm thinking of it as we're going forward, this isn't about this, but I'm going to forget if we don't talk about it right now. Over the last several weeks, we have skipped one of Dark Page's comments every single time, and we need to prove to him that it's not on purpose and make sure that we read all of his comments. I just thought of that. Sorry, James, go ahead.
Well, we wanted to play, and I'm sorry that we've skipped over Dark Pages comments. That's
Can't remember how many
insane.
K's in his username. Skipping over his comments.
But
These are rough.
moving on, it's jarring to hear that. But moving on, we want to play Stanley Parable, the new version.
Yes,
of it.
that was it.
And
Yeah.
I'm really
Good.
excited about it. I don't know that we'll get to it today. I feel like what I want to do is I don't know. We'll probably have to take it offline of what we do today. But next week is 4th of July, and I'm not going to be home. So
Why?
I won't be able to, because I'm going to be in Sedona. We can try things that are co-op, but not something that's, unless you want to stream it from your screen and I join you, that we could do, which we've never done.
Yeah, I mean you'd well because you have all the saves.
Oh, Danny, have you heard of that word before? Saved games. See how he has the saved games?
Danger
One
Dad.
Step above.
Happy summer
Yeah, that's
solstice.
true.
Yes, I've heard of saves. I'm sorry, I made a mistake, okay? Everything else is in the cloud saves. It's the one game in the world that doesn't seem to use cloud saves on Steam.
Dark
That's
Souls
weird.
doesn't either.
Really? Oh, well, that's a
Elden
problem.
Ring
Yeah.
does, but Dark Souls does not. But they make it really easy. Actually, I have extra saves of Dark Souls from different times of when we were doing Dark Souls 3 from when I brought it back to Sedona, so I could go back to different states of the game. It's kind of cool.
It's a good thing I finished Dark Souls then, isn't it? Because that's gone.
Yeah.
no,
Bitch.
no new game plus for me.
Thank God. If that happened, oh my Lord.
Rest in peace, Pat Mustard. We barely knew you.
Danger Dad, happy summer solstice, sun, rain, moon, rain, storm, damage, rain, storm, damage to damage, and damage caused by damage, and flooding.
Yep, that's the story. That's the story of summertime now.
Except for no flooding. We need some flooding. Send some flooding our way.
There's
Guys,
been flooding, just not in California.
It flooded over here.
That's why I was asking for it. We need flooding.
Yeah,
Send your
well-
flooding this way.
Well, we need some of the rain.
Careful
but the
what you
problem is
wish
if we get a
for.
whole bunch of rain right now, we're so dried out it'll turn into mudslides. It doesn't end up holding. Is the problem. We need
Gross.
drizzle for like a long time.
Oh, that's not gonna happen.
I need
Come on,
to-
guys. It's
It's
James.
just
If you really
faux
want a
show.
pity party, you can hire an official Puddles pity party.
I is this something I can really get, or
I
is this
said-
something that
Not at the
I-
disco.
So, James, if you had $60 and you could either burn it or spend it on a pity party, which one would you do?
I'm so greedy that I would keep the $60 either way, and I'd make my friends throw me a pity party. That's how you throw a pity party. You drag your feet and hang your head around your friends until they give you your pity party, and then you dance. Because you get turned, you know? It's a pity party.
Turned.
At a pity party? Hell yeah.
Kamikaze Ice, Panic in the Face Hole, not
Sounds
at the
so
disco.
unnatural.
What does that
Do we all
mean?
get to read that then? Panic in the face hole, not at the disco.
Panic in the Face Hole, not to the disco.
Fatal.
Panic in the face hole, not at the disco. Is that a song?
It's hard to
enough.
tell with Ice most of the time. Ice
Well,
also
it's
says...
a band. It's a play on a band. Panic at the disco.
Okay.
Yeah.
You old boomers. What do you guys listen to? Fish?
Want us more?
What's
My
the British
sister
version of
just
fish?
went. My sister, who is like the most square person in the whole world I've ever met, I love her to death. She went to a Grateful Dead and Company show because my nephew really likes the Grateful Dead, and like they took the whole family, and I got to see pictures of it, and it blew my mind.
I would say that those events are normally pretty family friendly as long as you don't go to certain parts.
I guess. I guess every time I've gone to a concert like that, I walk away grinding my teeth and twitching everywhere I walk. Like I
Jesus
imagine that's the
Christ.
way they left Wrigley Field.
I don't think people normally do meth when they go to a Grateful Dead concert.
well, well, you know that's probably smart.
Yeah, you take fish in how you want to
might-
take, or Grateful Dead, I'll take Grateful Dead in how I want to take the Grateful Dead.
I think you might need a better drug dealer.
I guess so. Well, it's been a long time since I did anything like that, and
this
it wasn't
is just
meth.
marijuana, right? Yeah, just marijuana with a little bit of a little icing on top. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'll see you later. All right, have a good time at the concert.
How would you
Um,
act if you knew exactly when and how you were going to die? See how Rel the Cyclops handles that burden in the movie Kroll, 1983, one of Liam Neeson's first films.
I had read this comment earlier, and I thought that it was a Star Trek.
I was going to
reference.
say, have you been watching
But it's not.
Strange New Worlds?
Is that Star Trek?
Star Trek Strange New Worlds, yeah. It's the new one that's on Paramount Plus at the moment, and it's the one that is Captain Pike on the Enterprise with Spock and some of the others. It's like a spin-off from Discovery. It's
Does
good.
not gonna
Kroll
pay for
have
that.
something to do with Star Trek?
No, that's just a coincidence. But the only reason I mentioned that is because the premise that they're setting up, and I don't want to spoil it, but the basic premise is that Captain Pike, obviously anyone who's seen the original series of Star Trek knows he ends up in that wheelchair with a beeper where he goes, beep, beep, beep. Oh, I could do it actually, I've got a beeper where he's just going, weep. For whatever reason, he knows, or he found out in Discovery that he's how he dies, right? So he's kind of dealing with how to handle knowing when and where and how you're going to die. So that's kind of the setup there. So that's the only reason I thought that's what you meant. But
The bad guy in Godless also knows when he's going to die.
I was
I'll
just
see my
thinking about
death
that.
and
But does he really know the way he dies, or does he just?
I mean,
is he
yeah,
really
he
just
takes
cocky?
a lot of risks. He takes a lot of risks up until the point where then there's that. Well, I don't want to spoil it.
Well, didn't
You know, I
kinda
watched
already?
the
Well,
Rick
we
and
know he
Morty
dies.
episode where he gets a death crystal and he can change where he's looking. It doesn't seem like you might want to.
You're describing eyeballs. You get something in your face where you can change where you're looking. That's eyeballs.
Okay, have you not? Then you haven't seen the Rick and Morty episode with death crystals. So he puts the death crystal where your third eye would be, and then his eyes can see the future of the way he dies. So he just constantly walks towards the death that he thinks he wants, which is him being held by the girl that he loves as he dies. And I don't want to spoil the ending, but
Fucking hell, man.
it's misleading.
Twice? Two people. I don't want to spoil the ending. I told you pretty much everything.
Do you think that the way I explain the ending of the Rick and Morty episode is going to have anywhere near the effect of watching a 25-minute episode yourself sometime? It's a good
I
episode.
won't.
Well,
Zach,
you're lost.
One time,
you'll never know.
When I was in high school, I was buying Visine from a gas station.
Oh, God.
And the lady behind the counter was like, you know, you don't need to get the red out if you don't put the red in.
Oh.
I was like, oh, cool. I was like, all right. Well, it's too late. I need it like right now. I'm going to school. So
Yeah. It's funny that you say that because I had one friend who he would put eye drops just in one eye.
why?
Because he thought, yeah, no one ever thought that, but he just thought it was funny. He thought it was just like always wanted to yeah, just like blazing red, and the other one's just nice and clear. But now that I think about it, yeah, guess we weren't really a pink eye group. No one really got it too often.
Too often? But often enough?
Once is too often. Like, if you've caught pink eye twice, then you're doing something wrong.
I don't know. For a Kingdom Hearts joke to pop up in this game. Was there no reference to Kingdom Hearts at all in this game?
I've never played Kingdom Hearts, so I don't know what the reason there'd be a Kingdom Hearts reference would be.
I think they just
the same developers or something.
No, I just think that there was a lot of similarities.
I think
a lot of stuff from Dark Souls and stuff.
Doesn't Kingdom Hearts use a lot of Disney IP and like? I've
been watching
like Disney IP, isn't it? And like Final Fantasy and
yeah, it's like a mix, isn't it? It's like a multiverse mashup thing. I've never actually played it. But...
I've been deep diving into looking at the Disney Racer. I forget what it's called. It's a new kart racing game. It's gonna be free to play. It's going to be cross-platform. I've signed up for the beta, but maybe you can swing some of that Danny, whatever you can, and see if we can get some early beta access. They've got like a social media link to click on if you want to get it for streaming.
Let's just do a show of hands of everyone that wants to play this game.
Oh, come on. It's like Sonic Racers. It's like Mario Kart. In fact, it's the same people that made, I forgot what it was, really good
Carts.
racing game. Huh?
Rush.
Dinky Carts.
No, it was called it
Split
starts with
Second.
Asphalt. The Asphalt series. So there's a lot of like jumps and stuff, and it looks awesome. The game looks amazing, and it's gonna be free to play.
It's a racing game where you can go off of jumps, and it's gonna be.
I mean, it's just
something
like
new,
everything else,
man.
except it's cross-platform. That's what I like so much about it. You can play with people cross-platform. You can play as Mickey. You can play as Donald. You
That
can play
sounds
as
like
the.
you do a live stream of it.
I'm trying to get a key
Alright.
to it early.
It sounds okay. The guys who made the Asphalt games, they're all right, but they're aren't they mobile games? I played like
The
7
Asphalt
like
games?
years ago. Yeah.
I didn't think they were. I don't know. I've
That's
never
where the
played
money
any
is.
of them, but
Anyway,
never played any
they're
of the
quite
Asphalt games, but
good.
when I
They're quite
watched the
good for mobile
trailers and
games,
stuff-
but they are mobile games. But it sounds good. I like Mario Kart. I like Sonic Team Racing. So if it's anything like those, but it's Disney
There it is.
characters.
That's
But,
what
I
Danny
mean-
and James and Zach are out.
We learned from
Done,
Lego
son.
Star Wars. No. We learned from Lego Star Wars that if you try and do anything with Disney IP, they'll just start to take shit down.
Oh yeah, you
Sorry,
gotta be
they should.
careful with
They'll
what you
start
say.
to take shit down.
Oh,
Well, and I
nicely
started
done.
To name
Thank
the
you.
episodes the movie title because I was doing one movie essentially a stream. I think that was part of the problem too.
It didn't help that you actually called it like Star Wars Episode 4: The New Hope, and then it started with the same scroll that the actual movie has. So probably people going and thinking, "Yep, he's just streaming the movie." Moving on. But anyway, yeah.
Ice, I think James would enjoy the game Tunic. Really fun to figure out how everything works for yourself in the game. That is a fun game.
It is really fun.
Tunic.
Yeah,
You guys played it?
Yeah,
I played a bit of it.
I thought
yeah.
it was new.
new-ish.
I installed it
I mean,
after I saw
Elden
that
Ring's pretty
comment.
new. I beat that already, so I don't know.
Well, I installed it on my on my computer, so if I get a chance to do some recordings next week in Sedona, I'm gonna.
Trek to Yomi is pretty fun too.
Omi, that looks cool too. But so which one's better?
Tunic.
I would say Tunic. I heard that the Trek to Yomi has like the gameplay is like not that fun, but the visual looks amazing and the trailer looks amazing. I was really into it, but Pill took a pretty big.
Oh yeah, I guess we should just do whatever fucking Pill says. He practically runs this channel, right?
More or less, yeah.
See, you guys know the real corporate overlord, the guy really behind pulling the strings.
Speaking of Pill, so James pulled a James right at the final episode. I think that Dying Light is a good pick. Theme might be dead and rotting, but there's much fun and zombies to behead. Also, should be a nice therapeutic experience for Morgan. Nice, pretty much everything you can do to a zombie, Morgan can do to James in co-op. Oh, fun!
That does sound fun. I believe.
Yeah, for like 2 minutes. I played
Is it
Dying
really
Light.
not? No.
Boring, so repetitive. Combat system is just nothing there.
What if,
I mean,
what
what
if
do
you're
you
playing co-op?
what do
though?
you
Is there some
what do you
editing?
just like ground doing like the flying kick at every zombie to knock them off? Blech.
Isaac Sims, I really need a Dragon's Quest walkthrough from James and a Final Fantasy walkthrough from I don't know whoever. Also, Final Fantasy VII Advent Children is an awesome movie. If you have played 7, I'm not even sure what movie you guys are referring to. I was referring to the actual Final Fantasy movie, Spirits Within. The good
That's
one.
Wow.
the one I was thinking of.
They made that in Oahu.
No, it was digital.
It's
Yeah, I know.
animated.
The studio was in Oahu that made it. It was a big deal for us.
Oh,
They did the actual animation in Oahu,
Yeah,
or the production company was there.
the studio that did it, like the animation. It immediately went out of business right afterwards too, because as you know, that movie did not do well.
It was so
No,
good though. I really liked that movie.
Really?
but have you played Final Fantasy VII?
No, it has
No.
nothing to do with Final Fantasy VII stuff. Conflating those two things.
I didn't like the movie, but maybe it was my fault. I probably watched it when I was like 18.
It was your fault. Yeah.
I was an idiot. I was an idiot, and I didn't know what was good when I was younger.
Okay.
You should give it a rewatch and see if you like it. I mean, I liked it immediately.
I remember sitting in the theater and just being like, "Wow, this is fucking boring."
That's what I remember, but I can't
I-
believe that that's true. You'd be surprised what boring stuff I love now.
Oh yeah. Okay. Alec
Walking around in
Baldwin,
the background.
Steve
of movie
Buscemi,
sets.
Ving Rhames, Donald Sutherland, Ming Na Wen, Perry Gilpin. Okay, Perry
Those are the
Gilpin's
people
in
in
it.
the movie?
I might give it another chance. She's from Frasier.
It's good. Give it another shot. Isaac Sims, I really need. Oh, we just did that one. TJ Slusher. Wait, what about Dragon's Quest? I've never played Dragon's Quest. They're all available on Game Pass. If you were gonna do that, James.
I played Dragon Warrior, which I thought was Dragon Quest, Dragon Warrior 1, and I beat it. It was probably one of the first 5 video games my whole life I ever beat. It was
Actually,
on
I'm thinking of
Nintendo.
Dragon's Age, not Dragon's Quest. I think Dragon. Let me look this up. I might be.
Dragon's
confused now.
Quest, I think, is Dragon Warrior. I think Dragon Warrior is what they called it in America, and then like later on they started bringing the original ones over.
Yeah, but I'm thinking of Age of Dragons. That's the one that's available on Xbox. But I think Dragon Quest is also available on Xbox.
I'm more interested in doing Final Fantasy VII, the remake. I've always wanted to play Final Fantasy VII. I kind of wanted to play. I thought that when the remake was coming out, it was going to be the whole original game. And now it's like I'm finding out that it's released like the first half or like the first episode. And it kind of made me feel like it was not going to be a legitimate Final Fantasy VII experience. So maybe I should just play Final Fantasy VII, the original, the PC remake.
We should get you to play Dragon Quest Tact.
What's that?
It's like a turn-based tactical Dragon Quest game.
I'm interested. I like turn-based tactical games a lot.
Nah, you got a Starship Troopers game, man. Let's get someone to play that game.
Is it good?
I didn't know there
I'll
was
play.
one.
I'll play that. That seems
Yeah,
right
I
on
like
my
that.
terrible
Jeez, I
games
didn't
are right
know.
on my alley.
Sorry, man. I didn't know I was fishing with a hand grenade all of a sudden. All you guys wanted a part of this.
Oh, this mobile game, Starship Troopers Terrain Command.
I don't think it's a mobile game. It's on PC, but I mean, I
Thrilling
guess
real-time strategy game.
it is a real-time strategy game. So maybe it's
Both 9 out of
I
10 on
guess so.
Steam.
trying to see it. But Jesus Christ, they have like a sale or something going on. One of those things. What the fuck, man? Anyway,
All right. TJ Slusher says, "What a good game this was. Lots of fun on a few unbearably lost times. Can't wait to see what fills this gap. Kind of upset we didn't get Morg's full top 10 movies though."
Oh man,
Oh.
should I do a top 10 rundown?
I don't know if now's the time.
I was thinking like a separate video.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe even a movie
Absolutely.
podcast that could cover it.
Tell me the
you are
time.
just a broken record.
Remind
I'm
me.
trying to get you two back together so you can carry on your movie podcast for 2 reasons. One, I enjoy your movie podcast, and
bird's
2,
broken wing.
I know, but 2, I just
You
want
were
you
flying
to.
so high, our wing broke, and we fell to the ground.
No,
and
listen,
landed.
it's no. Because whenever you two are together, like, I mean, Ninja Turtles, spoilers, by the way, they talk about movies throughout most of it. You're talking about movies
Sure.
now. You're talking about whenever you two are in the same room together, it's movies. Just, you know,
No, you guys aren't supposed to know we're in the same room together.
Yeah.
virtual
James,
room.
fix your blue screen. Thank you.
I mean, to be fair, you and Zach seem to have suspiciously the same coloured walls with the same stuff.
White?
Like,
Off white, like every
Off-white.
wall, like everywhere.
with the same shadow cast on them. I think you're in the same room. Anyway, it's not important. What I'm trying to say is do your movie podcast, please. Anyway. Baxi Gaming Studio says, reminds me of Hollow Knight.
I've always wanted to play that game.
Excellent.
James, did you ever do Rogue Legacy 2? I feel like people would like to see you stream that as well.
I loved Rogue Legacy 1. I played the hell out of that
I know.
game.
James, I know you, and that's why I'm suggesting games that I think that you would like.
Is that available on Xbox Game Pass?
I think we'd have to buy it. I think it's like $30 on Steam.
Quick question for you,
Thank-
James, before we move on as well. For both of you, really. Like, Dark Souls 2, is it coming back? Is it done?
I
Apparently,
would
Steve's
love it
getting
to.
twitchy.
I'm not sick of it at all, but I think Morgan is pretty sick of it. I would love to finish the game. I still
Dark
have
Souls
the
2?
save.
That
Yeah.
game's whack AF.
Well,
It's just such a slog. Our build is terrible, and we're terrible at
Maybe
it.
I should just finish it on my own.
Go for it.
No, that makes me feel sad to even think about it.
I'm just over it. It's just like and the graphics like on my end when we're and maybe it's better now with your new internet, but it's like it's very hard to see what's going on. It's like very slow combat. It's like it just was a very trying experience.
That's just Dark Souls 2.
What if Sebastian read 3/4 of the way through the never-ending story and just closed the
getting
book and
choked
walked
up?
away? I'm sorry, I'm just upset. If nobody saves the world in Dark Souls 2, and don't put me on the spot to say what exactly a saved world state would be, but if nobody finishes Dark Souls 2, then the world is gonna keep burning over there. We should
Isn't
save
the whole
it,
point that it's just cyclical and like as soon as you'd stop, you'd start over again?
The never-ending story. Well, you just
That is
don't
a
want the
jam.
nothing to catch you.
That
it's a
should probably be
great
in my
jam.
top 10.
Huh.
Oh, that is a good idea. James beats Dark Souls 2 while me and Zach do our movie podcast over the top of it. You're just playing the game and we're talking about movies.
Job done.
Actually,
There you
that
go.
might be perfect.
That might work.
Yeah, we get everything into one video. Just split it into 4 screens. We'll do
Back to the-
Fandale. We'll do Dark Souls 2. Movie podcast in the corner.
Should we get some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles up here on the screen right now? We can
Yeah, and then we'll get we'll just do it all.
we can
Well,
all
if you're saying
individually
our
play a
build
game.
is trash, Morgan, we can change our build. Let's go do whatever that thing is where you respec and we do it exactly the way we need to beat the game.
Yahtzee!
I don't think you can respec in Dark Souls 2.
That's not true, is it? I feel like in Dark Souls 2, there's a coffin and a pool of water at the beginning of the
Yeah,
game.
that's how
you
you
have to unlock it.
change from a man to a woman.
Is that not also how you respec?
The CEO pill says you can respec. It's just somewhat limited.
Your soul level points, that is a good symbol.
What is that sound? Is that me?
I don't have a clue. Shall we do Elden Ring?
Oh, an advertisement just started playing on me while I was watching.
Oh, that
Yeah.
malware is popped back up, huh?
I guess so. Well, what's funny is like I had the thing muted just because I was watching the Mortal Shell, and until now it was just muted. But when the ad came on, it unmuted itself. That's not cool.
Somebody says that we need a soul's vessel.
I think we might have one.
Well, okay, Dark Souls 2 to be determined. Nobody knows. Elden Ring episode 4. Why is the intro playing again? Don't need that.
Loving that Steam Deck.
The Amazing Jay says in the IGN video review, Mitch said that his favorite moment from this game was riding down the elevator into the Seafloor River well. I know we are only getting James' redubbed voice over in this video, but I hope that your initial reaction was as full of astonishment as Mitch's was. So what was your original reaction to the
bickering.
Oh really?
think
So
we
you
were
didn't
bickering.
even
We were
didn't even
absolutely
appreciate it at
bickering the
all. Okay.
Bickering the whole way down.
I guess there's a side of me that wants to just say, as we were bickering, we went about halfway down, and when the glimmer and the glitter of the earth and stars showed, both of us trailed off and our jaws hung. He had already seen this, but our jaws hung together, dropped as we were stunned. It was pretty amazing. That's what I'd like to say. And that's what I said. That's what I said that happened. And you can't prove
Mike.
it otherwise.
Hey guys, James, great work and good progress and nice stories. Earthworm Jim was a great game, and the game with the mascot of Domino's Pizza. Oh, I did not know that. That's a weird
There was another.
wait.
mascot.
There was a weird. I'm assuming you guys were talking about Sega Genesis games.
Yeah.
I think, which is my favorite subject. There was also, I remember having a weird, like McDonald's mascot game, and it was about like 2 kids that had to go and. It had nothing to do with McDonald's. It was quite clearly one of those things where someone had made a game and then they just slapped the McDonald's logo on it and made it tertiary to do with McDonald's, but it just didn't. MC Kids, that was it. Yeah, it was MC Kids. It was on Sega
Was it
Genesis
McDonald's
as well.
Treasure Land Adventure.
I don't think so. There may
I
have
don't
been-
think it's called MC Kids, Danny. It's called McKids.
McKids. Sorry. Well, yeah, of course, because it's McDonald's in it, so it's the McKids. But yeah,
MC Donald's. Wouldn't that be a way different place to go to? MC Donald's.
Have you ever been to MC Donald's and had one of those MC Macs? No.
An MC Mac. I'd love that.
No, big. Oh
No,
no,
it's not right. It's a Big Mac. You fucked
it's
it
a
up,
Big
dude.
Mac. Oh no, I'm thinking of an MC Rib.
You boo.
I'll
Get off the stage. Boo.
It's
Boo.
I'll take one McMac.
I'd like a McMac.
I don't know.
please.
Is McDonald's
Going to-
Treasure Island looks kind of tight.
MC Donald's for a McMac.
Isn't there a guy who's trying to get all the Burger King games? Like literally
Yeah, I
every
read that the
single
other
one,
day.
like, in-
Yeah.
like he's like doing the George Lucas for the Star Wars holiday special. He's like, if I had enough time, I'd destroy every fucking copy of that.
I'm on a mic. Hang in there, Uncle
Oh.
Morgs. Kamikaze Ice. 802. What reaction did the OG Real Slim Heaney camera capture when he fell down? Big eyes. Kamikaze Ice. FYI, your denizens left because you and the boys killed all enemies in the summonable area. They didn't want to chill with a contrarian.
Ah, that's why they left.
Because there's nothing left to kill. Yeah, it's a good thing. Director's Commentary Edition. I like it. Let's make it a new series. All right, we're remaking every video ever made. And we're just going to talk over
Well,
over
I
it.
mean, you
Oh,
were
this
doing
is the
some.
one you guys lost the audio or something? Is that what
Yeah.
happened?
I
mean-
was muted the entire time.
Yeah.
Oh, but we could hear Morgan?
Well, that-
Oh, man. Don't you think it would have been fun, though, if you just tried to fill in for what you were saying?
We debated it. But I think we ended up with a better
Release the Heaney cut. Release
Maybe
the
I will.
Heaney
I'll
cut.
have some time
You-
next
you-
week. That might
you-
actually be kind of
At
funny.
least pop it up on the Patreon.
You trying to tell me that you
Oh,
guys
wait.
seriously considered, for real, trying to loop ADR all of that episode of Elden Ring? So
Hey,
it's
you know that we did. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, of course we did.
Danny, didn't
We
we
thought
humor
about-
doing that for them?
Oh yeah, we did. Well, but we weren't being serious. We thought it would be great if me and Zach just did the voices coming out of your
deadly
mouth
serious, dude.
for that
No,
episode.
that would
So-
have been very funny.
so-
That's what we should do. We should flip flop a playthrough and we do the commentary.
That would be pretty good.
yeah, we thought that would be
each
funny.
It'd
There
be
would be,
very
like-
insulting.
2 or 3 people that would really get a kick out of that.
Everyone else would just be like super annoyed.
Yeah. Miguel Rose, Director's Commentary Edition. I like it. Oh, that's what you did. Kamikaze 1727. James admits there is no one best equipment for every scenario, but is really trying to hold on to using a shield all the time. Smiley face.
That's not
Kamikaze
true. I'm not using a shield.
2111. James, I wish I would look at it a little more. Oh, sorry, he's in a rush, folks. Next comment. Wait, let's see this one.
What,
We were
2111?
talking about James's camera work because this is a unique opportunity to show James how erratic his camera is because he's not in control of it.
Is it you on 2111?
2111.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Danny,
apparently,
2111, please.
blacklight scenario. I wish I would look at it a little
And
more.
let's roll that beautiful beam.
Nope. Never. You never ever get any smooth camera operating. It's always just jerky, violent, aggressive,
I don't know, I
trying
think I
really
need
hard
some
right now.
Dramamine. I think we're good. I feel sick again.
Oh.
But it's
Oh,
I was
because you're
gonna say-
using an old SNES controller, right?
Is that not a good idea? It's actually a DDR pad that is underneath my feet as I play.
Oh,
I was
okay.
just saying in Twitch, there was a few times in this episode where James said, I wish I looked at it a little more, sometimes referring to an enemy, other times the map. So, yeah, maybe just slow down a little.
I think
2602
that time,
Lobster,
yeah.
noted. Kamikaze Ice, James, you should add this to your list. Play Toe Jam and Earl with a friend.
I was thinking about that last night when we were I think me and Zach should play Toe Jam and Earl on a stream
Fuck
on
that.
weekend.
I'll
That would
never play that
Do you
game
not like
again.
Toe Jam and
Really?
Earl? Oh, come on.
I did.
like
I,
Toe Jam and Earl.
no, it's a video game for stoners.
Exactly, it's great. You'd love it. it's
No,
it's
it's too
perfect.
overwhelming. The music, man. It's like I had a friend who loved that game, and because he played bass, it was so obnoxious because he would like mimic the sounds with his mouth, like. Was that fun?
I am.
Did anyone enjoy that?
I mean, I did. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's what he made me buy that. It's not even just on Steam. It's on Xbox. It's on PS4. It's
Oh
on
man.
everything.
Oh, really?
Nintendo Switch.
I just want to say I'm genuinely heartbroken you won't play Toe Jam and Earl with me, especially if there's a
Can't
remake.
do it, man. I just don't. James, it'd be perfect for James.
Just turn the
I
music
would
off.
like to play it.
All right.
See, that's yes.
Is
Right.
it the new one or is it the old one?
It's literally a remake. It's like it's just a remaster.
So it's the old one with better graphics.
better
God
graphics,
damn.
everything.
I've always wanted to play that game. Come on.
I'll play Toe Jam and Earl with you.
All right, you heard
That's
it
the
here. They're
spirit.
both committed to playing Toe Jam and Earl.
Well,
Yeah,
we got to
DJ
figure out what the
We got the
Can we do-
DJs to do it.
So
We'll
next
take-
fan mail, we'll be talking about a Toe Jam and Earl episode that they're gonna commit to doing.
You know what? You want
Yeah,
you,
next
you
time we will talk about a
Toe Jam,
committed-
too.
No. You know what? You laugh, but I'm gonna promise people now. I'm gonna make sure that there's a Toe Jam and Earl video out for next week. For this
All right.
week, for next fan mail.
Danny,
We're
have you
gonna do it.
not learned your lesson about making
Nope.
promises and
I'm
what
making.
you're capable? Okay.
If I make
Yeah,
myself
and with
promises,
the
it'll
change
force
variable?
me to do it. It'll force me to. James, when are you
Yeah.
free this week?
Just know
I
that he's
actually
not gonna be
tomorrow I'm
available.
traveling to
Here
Sedona.
we go.
So as long is it co-op online or do we have to stream into each other?
It'll be online. I'm sure I can do all of the lift.
All right. Cool. Then if that's the case, so will I be able to
It
play
is
online?
$2.24 right now. It's $2.24 right now.
He's panicking. James, you don't
No,
have to
no,
do
no.
it.
I'm totally down. No, I want to do it. I want to play the game. My question is can I play? Like, if I'm supposed to, I don't have very good internet in Sedona.
Here it goes.
It's
Don't go.
plenty
Don't
good
go.
to play the game. It's
don't
just
go.
not good enough to share
You
my.
don't- you
I
don't need
thought
to
you
do.
shouldn't
You
support
don't
that
need to
piece of
do
shit steak.
anything else. You don't need to do anything else. Just
then
play
I'm
the
in.
game.
Or
I'm
ju-
gonna have
or
a
just
lot of
stick with
time when
it.
I'm in Sedona.
If he moved to Sedona, he could just get better internet.
Oh.
I could,
You know-
but I'm not gonna do that.
Okay, so it's $2.24, guys. Go buy it.
I'm gonna get it.
Don't jam and know. You heard it here first, folks. Right. Moving on.
All this talk of Genesis games. Picture this: modified Genesis version of Beavis and Butthead. Goal: Guar concert equals Heenus and Morghod. Goal: GPW championship.
Whoa, that sounds awesome.
I've never played the Beavis and Butthead game.
It was really good. Actually, I
Oh.
don't know if it was good or if I just liked it because I was an idiot.
Yeah, that's the right answer. The last one you said.
It was a
Because that
hard
game was-
game.
It was a little tricky, but it was pretty stupid. It was almost like a McPixel before McPixel existed.
Mhm.
But did you guys see the trailer for the new Beavis and Butthead movie?
They're making a new movie.
No.
Yeah, it actually looks
Wow.
pretty cool. Pretty fun. Did you guys
one
like
of the
Beavis and
guys-
Butthead Do America? I love that.
I love that film. It's great. It's so stupid, but yeah.
Oh, has anyone seen Blank Man?
I have.
That sounds.
It's
very
fantastic.
It's
It hol- it-
really
it holds
probably
up.
did not hold up. I highly doubt it held up. I
It
liked it when I was
holds-
a kid, but it was
there's
very
no
offensive.
way this holds up. I'm looking at the
Blank Man
cover right now.
holds up.
Blank Man. I don't
Blank
even know
Man.
if we're allowed to talk about it. I mean, have you gone back and watched any Damon Wayne stuff? None of his stuff.
What,
holds up.
Major Pain?
Yeah, Major
we talking
Pain.
about-
Any of the like in like 90%
Bulletproof.
of the color. Yeah,
Oh,
Bulletproof does
dude.
not hold up.
No, Bulletproof was bad back then, to be fair. So is
No,
Blank
I
Man. You're
loved
right. You're right.
Bulletproof, but then
I-
now when I go back and
I
watch, it, I'm
loved
like,
it too.
oh, you can't. You can say 90% of the stuff.
No, Bulletproof was such trash. I was such an Adam Sandler fan too, and Damon Wayans, and I was like watching that film. I was just like baffled by how bad it was made. And then the
Maybe you
whole
didn't like those guys.
truly I didn't.
Yeah, because
Eh,
that was
well.
pure them. That was like the most them movie.
This sounds like
possible.
it's for the movie podcast. Is the truth?
I told
Oh,
you.
okay.
You
Sorry,
get them
James.
together,
Sorry,
they'll
James.
Tell
start
me
talking
when
about
that
movies.
happens, so I got to do it now.
You tell me.
Yeah, tell me when
Uh,
it happened.
Morgan,
Let's-
do you remember when Damon Wayans came so often to the theater, and like the first
Gross.
time he came, they let him drop in, and he did like an hour of
Gross.
stand-up unannounced. Then he
Yeah.
just kept coming until they had to eventually tell him. And his stand-up was great, but he was coming so often that they had to say, "Well, we should just have you scheduled for shows," because every time he'd come, they would like cancel what was on and like have Damon Wayans perform.
Yeah.
And eventually
Why
they're
do-
just like,
yeah.
"Yeah,
I mean, you kind of have to.
yeah."
You know,
But he was funny. He did a good job at his stand-up.
I think we can sort this out.
I'm sure he appreciates you saying that.
We've sorted Toe Jam and Earl out. It's
Danny's on a mission.
when are you free this week, Zach?
Danny, you're
He's
putting
not
me
gonna
on the
commit
spot.
to a date.
I'm just asking you a question. You can.
Dude, I've been very busy lately. I've been shooting a movie. I've been going back and forth from my second home in Sedona. The internet there is not as great as I'd like, but Erin just, she's having a blast, and we're living our best lives. And Toe Jam and Earl, I don't know, we could play it sometime.
Isn't it be
Oh,
hot
it
as hell in
hurts.
Arizona?
Yeah, well, actually, it's gonna be raining, and it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be a cool, breezy 90 degrees, which isn't bad 'cause it's typically not very humid. So that
Since
90
it's going to be
degrees won't
raining,
feel
it
so bad.
will be.
On the days that it rains, it's gonna be cooler than the days that it doesn't rain, and the days that it doesn't rain, it's officially a desert, so it's really dry air when it's not raining.
All of the okay, you'll figure it out. You'll see. Have fun. A comment, guys, with this. You mean they shouldn't grow dinosaurs by modifying a copy of the DNA so they can become fun size, like a Chihuahua? I would say grow them big. Like they just found that woolly mammoth up in the Yukon. Like, let's see it. Clone me a woolly mammoth. I want to see it.
This sounds like the start of Jurassic Park, to be honest.
That's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
as Alec Baldwin. Bang.
No, come on. You're better than
Which
that.
of
Or at
the
least you should be.
Baldwins
Are you
was
sure?
in Full Metal Jacket?
He should be better than that.
None of the actual Baldwins. Adam Baldwin, I think, was in it, and he's not
Oh,
related. I don't.
Oh, he's
think
not
so.
related. He's so good in that movie. I saw
you
that he
think-
was a ball.
Okay, nothing. I'm looking it up just to make sure, but
I believe that Vincent D'Onofrio is the best American actor that has ever lived, and will forever be. And
Wow.
maybe Colin Farrell. It's one of the two. They're
What?
just
Wait,
so
American?
good. I don't know
you
which
said
one.
American. Colin
I don't
Farrell's
even know if
not
he is American, but I don't want
No,
to
he's
like. There might
Irish.
be
Nah,
some
you think
Shakespearean
Colin
actors or
Farrell's
all these.
American?
Did you
Not
just say
Colin Farrell, I'm
Vincent
talking about Vincent
D'Onofrio?
D'Onofrio.
Did you watch Daredevil or what? Like what happened?
I think he did great as Kingpin.
Yeah.
Spoiler
I-
alert.
He was great in Jurassic World. Everything he's ever done is amazing.
So
Criminal
just
Minds.
like
Yes, Criminal Minds.
wait.
I've only seen
Was it
parts of
Criminal
that show,
Minds?
but every part
Oh,
was
Criminal
with
Intent.
him in it was great.
yeah. Law and Order, right? Criminal Intent.
Criminal Intent, yeah, not
Yeah.
Criminal Minds.
Criminal Minds is that one that starred Joe Montasia or something like that. Or
Is he in
Okay.
Sling Blade?
He plays the Sling Blade.
Yeah. I mean, come on. He's the best. I don't
Billy
want to say
Bob Thornton.
actor.
So all bald white men look alike to you. You just can't. Bryan Cranston was in Sling Blade. Or Walter White, he did his stint in Sling Blade. Red Fried Taters.
You guys are wild. 4 minutes, Morgan. This is 4 minutes into the video. Morgan gets tilted AF. James, please read the following. To be fair, James is being purposely obtuse in the
I think-
previous conversation. Objectively, a skyscraper could not be an outhouse, nor has one ever been designated an outhouse. Do you know why? Because it's a gosh dang skyscraper, James. That's why they call. Can we hit read more there?
Sorry, yes, my microphone's just falling down. There you go.
I'm surprised they didn't like originally call the bidet a skyscraper. You know what I mean?
That's why they call it a skyscraper and not a tall effing outhouse. Morgan and Isaac are right, and I, James, lost AF Heaney, am wrong.
He wanted me to read that, but I'm very grateful that you read it instead of me because I don't believe those words that are written. I
Well,
believe.
Let's see.
Let
it
me-
if-
let
we can
me
watch
pick-
the whole thing.
What's the whole thing?
What are we
Alright,
looking
go
for?
ahead.
4 minutes?
I can explain it though without even watching that. I can explain it in a way that you
Well,
can't
yeah, but
argue I'm right.
See, not everyone knows.
You can't argue
what's
you're right.
going on in your mind.
Floating in the sky. No,
I mean-
you're high.
Your eye is shit right now. I hope you fall off this thing. I don't remember what happens.
I remember distinctly
the
that I do
aftermath.
not fall off of this thing. But it
Oh,
does
do I need to go
remind me
back?
of the DLC from Dark Souls 2 that
I don't think we're gonna
spirits.
the conversation that
from before.
that we
Danny,
want.
get us out of here.
Yeah, so here's the thing. A skyscraper is just a term we've used to describe buildings that are so tall they seem to itch the clouds in the sky, right? If you lay down on the ground and look up at an outhouse, the illusion is still there that it's scratching the sky because it's
James.
I like how
up
you
in
said
the sky.
itch. You first said itch.
Well, I don't want to say
Skyscrapers.
scrape because
Is it
that's
a
part
itch
of, that's
that's-
using the word that's describing it. So itching, scratching, it's a skyscraper. And laying down an outhouse might look very tall, and it seems to scrape the sky like a
Sorry,
skyscraper.
can I, James?
Oh,
James,
yeah,
James,
yeah,
James.
how
I just
dumb
wish I
this
had a
sounds.
back
This
scraper.
is the stupidest
Well,
explanation possible. You think
comparatively.
this is going to convince everybody that you were saying smart
Well,
stuff?
this is the comparison. The comparison is I was saying it was not much different than me being like I was supposed to go north, and it was actually south. So it's the
God, I've been
opposite.
this for the fourth
So
time.
the opposite is way different than something that I could make an argument that I just did make an argument that an outhouse is a skyscraper. You cannot make an argument that north is south. You know what I mean?
Okay, here's the definition of a skyscraper for you. A skyscraper is a tall, continuously habitable building having multiple floors. Modern sources currently
James.
define skyscrapers as being
Yes.
at least 100 meters or 150 meters in height, though there is no universally accepted definition. Skyscrapers are very
Exactly.
tall
No universally accepted
high-rise-
definition, period.
Unagi.
buildings. Historically, the term first reference to buildings within 10 and 20 stories.
This is fucking surreal. What? Sorry, this is surreal. I
Don't
don't
worry,
even know what's
Morgan.
going on.
You can
right
just realize James checkmated you a while ago in his head that he was just like skyscraper.
know.
Outhouse 1.
In the definition, it says there's no universally accepted set of criteria, basically, is what it
Because
says.
no one in their
There's
right
only
mind has.
the
I win.
cultural context of which we talk about it and the historical references of how we've always described skyscrapers. That's
There's
all there is.
no.
So you're right.
There is. Thank you. There is no text in the world that's going to even give you a slight argument to say that north. Like sometimes a lot of people think north is. A lot of people think south with north. That's not going to happen. You know.
No one knows what you're talking about because you have not explained yourself.
Well,
I don't know
we were
what
trying to
argument
find
because
the
they
place
only
on
saw
the
the
map.
aftermath in the video.
We were trying to
James,
find a
can
place on
I-
the map, and the
Can I give you some
description-
friendly advice? I understand.
Oh my gosh,
no,
sure,
please.
Danny.
No, look, listen, right? I'm just trying to look. I'm your friend, and I want to help you. What you're saying is the north and south part of this is. I get it, right? You can't confuse north and south. It's true. Do you really think the
But
metaphor
it's
that
literally
was
what happened.
No, I understand. But all I'm saying is, do you think the metaphor that was going
You
to?
can't, because
Dude,
literally what happened.
I know it's what happened. I understand that James is wrong on all levels. But what I'm trying to explain to James is, do you think that the metaphor that was going to help you out of this situation was trying to compare a freaking skyscraper to an outhouse? Do you really think that was the solution? Could you not have picked a
does.
better metaphor that might have, just?
Can you
Danny,
make the
I hear
beep
ya.
louder?
I hear
Because I
ya.
think it's beep.
I hear you, but the thing is we had spent time looking north, and we actually had to look south. And I was saying, and
Opposite.
it's just
James,
it's the
you
opposite.
just proved my
So,
point because they were
imagine
telling us to look
in a
south and
world
it was
'cause
north.
it-
So
it's
eat
all-
a bag
Morgan, let me
of hot
finish.
dogs.
You
You just did what you said it's impossible to do.
Hold on. So what I was comparing it to is when Morgan told me to look
But
for the
do you-
red thing
do
on the
you-
ground,
are
and
you
there
hearing
was
what I'm
no
saying?
red thing. I'm hearing you, but you gotta let me make my
But you just
argument.
did it. The thing that you're arguing against, you just did. You said north and south, and you meant south and north.
Yes, exactly. So
Thank you.
what I was
Okay,
making
moving
the
on.
comparison to, no, I need to say this. The comparison was that I was told to look for something that was red and on the ground. There was nothing red on the ground. So there was some blue things floating, and I was like, is this what you mean? Now that I could imagine in the same way that if somebody said look for a skyscraper, and I searched all around me and saw that there wasn't a skyscraper, but the
Just an
tallest
outhouse.
building was an outhouse, I'd say, did you really mean an outhouse since that's the only fucking building around? That's more than, like, no matter what, you can't look around and say, is this north really actually what you meant when you said south? That's the argument.
Oh wow,
It's dumb.
it's
It's a dumb
sound.
argument. That's what we're saying. To the next part of this comment, Gamefriend, I am officially releasing myself of all James plus Elden Ring related duties. Morgan, actually,
Duties.
good day, sir. Good day.
It's a duties.
What does that even mean?
So let me read it slower. I, Morgan, am officially releasing myself, that's me again, of all James and Elden Ring related duties. So anything that's involving you and Elden Ring, I'm releasing myself of those duties.
No more
And I'm
duties.
So you're not
making
gonna
that
record
everyone
anymore?
knows- No.
All right.
Oh, well,
then
that
that's
means
the-
you and
prime
Zach have
example of
plenty of
why.
time to do a movie podcast straight after this if you're not going to be meeting
Yeah.
with James.
I have many other duties.
Okay.
Did you look back? One of the things that we ended with this video, I'm getting fired up again, is that you were gonna look back and see what I was actually asking you to do, because I've been asking you to do one simple thing over and over again, and you refuse to hear what I'm asking for. Did you go back and look at it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Thank you.
Was it in this video here, or are you talking about the first time that we recorded it?
I'm not
I'm
gonna
ready
get into
for
it.
a hereditary moment. You just pull out that piece of piano
I'm
wire,
not
just
gonna-
start sawing your head.
I'm not gonna.
Spoilers
I'm not gonna
alert.
do it. That's what I'm not gonna do, because I've been trying to explain ask for the same simple thing over and over again, and you still don't know what it is, and you're not gonna make any effort to figure out what it is, and so I literally can't handle it. Danger Dad, lol, Morgan needs some more candles. True. Pelagius, well, at least we know that if it bleeds, we can kill it. Okay. I assume that Morgan would remember that there are two versions or tiers, if you may, of dragon incantations, basic and named. The basic ones, like James, like the one James is using, you don't hang in midair when casting, while named ones, for example, Agil's Flame, you do levitate but not move around. Yeah. So we need that.
Cuddle Buddy commenting for engagement, and because I love this series. Nice Strings says the Sega Genesis was his or her first console. Spent so many hours in Lion King, fantastic game. Jurassic Park,
my.
fantastic game. Caesar's Palace, don't remember that one. Toy Story, oh my god, that's an amazing game. There's a great video on YouTube all about that. Sonic 2, obviously that's great. Vector Man, obviously that's great. I recently got a RetroPie and basically relived my childhood. It's been glorious. This sounds like a fantastic thing to do with your time. I approve
Everyone
of this
should
comment.
have a RetroPie little setup.
It's all going
Nice
on there.
emulator system. Some ROMs.
Any reaction? No? Moving on.
trying to
I
remember
I
the,
played Lion King. I did not play and I played Vector Man, but I was on Super Nintendo. Jurassic Park, I believe, on the Sega Genesis was a side-scrolling game, but the Super Nintendo one was a top-down. And I liked the Genesis one better. But now looking back, I think the Nintendo one was the actual better game.
I think the Sega Genesis one wasn't that where you play as a raptor?
Yeah, but
Yeah, I had the
only got to
Nintendo
play it
one,
a
and I
little
think
bit.
it sucked.
Well, it would go 3D when you went into the, I don't want to say dungeons, or like, what was the little cement shelters? It would go into like 3D mode, which was pretty ahead of its time for when that came out.
I guess maybe I don't remember it so well.
Well, funnily enough, Toy Story on the Sega Genesis had a 3D mode as well. Like there was one level where it was like Doom or something, right? Like it was first person and like actually in 3D. And there's a video on YouTube on this great channel called Coding Secrets, and it's the guy who made those games. He worked at Traveler's Tales, and the way that they made that work by doing loads of crazy tricks like mirroring the image and all these different things, and it's amazing they got that to work, because they shouldn't have been able to do that but they made it work. So I find that quite interesting. Toy Story is quite impressive. The music on it as well, like it's got super high quality music that again shouldn't have been possible. I like it when you don't get it these days, do you? Because like on computers these days, you've got all the RAM and processor you want, right? So you can be kind of lazy. But like when you have a restriction in the amount of RAM or CPU you can use, you have to get a bit creative, and I find
Hear
that's
that,
like
modern musicians, you lazy bastards.
it. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not
Danny
saying
says, "Suck it."
I'm not saying musicians. I mean
You guys
like
got it easy.
I mean like graphics, like everything to do with games. Like it's too easy now, right? You just download a copy of Unity and off you go, right? Like there's a certain creativity that's been lost in having restriction in the hardware that's there. Just saying.
But then again, we don't have McKids that often anymore, where there's just a game built and they can slap McDonald's on it and call it a game.
I mean, I'm not saying that games today are of less quality. It's true, but
Pepsi Man.
Pepsi Man.
I'll have 2 McMacs, please.
2 Big Macs.
Oh, sorry. Bowl Socks 2K1. What do you guys think these guys? I don't know. What do you think these guys are made of? 90 seconds later. Oh, Clayman. What? They are called Claymen. What are stingrays? Is this a real exchange that you two had again?
Yeah.
James, you had
Yes.
you were smoking one too many candles on this episode. I
So
think.
here's the
okay.
thing: is what happened was we were having a conversation, and on the screen, a sword that I had picked up, but it was a re-recording, so we hadn't, we weren't. I wasn't picking it up in real time. I was talking to Morgan, probably trying to explain a skyscraper outhouse issue. But it said that it was a Clayman sword. But when I read it, it was just I thought it said Claymore, and I didn't really realize what it was saying. So when he said Clayman, I was thinking he was talking about a style of sword, and I didn't understand that these men were made of clay, which makes a lot of sense.
It's really nice and easy to have a conversation.
Remember Clay Fighter?
I loved that game,
Yeah.
but Clay Fighter 64 was not as good. They had way more characters, but overall, the gameplay suffered.
Too many bits.
I guess so. Well, no, the first one was. Oh no, it was on Super Nintendo. Yeah, I just didn't like Clay Fighter 64 was just not as good.
You get too many bits in there, and it makes the developers lazy.
Yeah. You heard it here. Danny, you do agree?
I agree. Why not? And then finally, Backseat Gaming Studio says, subscribers, yo.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Sometimes that's all it takes.
I guess that leaves us
And-
with just Resident Evil 4 to deal with this week.
Yeah, and I looked up to see. I was hoping that if we were close, how many chapters there were. I was thinking maybe we just try to finish this game today, but we're not close. We're about halfway through the game, it seems. Because there's 5 chapters. Well, there's 5 chapters, and our last save is chapter 3. So I don't know how long the other chapters are, but
So we're
it
over half
seems
done.
like we're a little over halfway done, but not close enough that I think we could crush it and knock it out today. Because I was kind of thinking, I think I already have Resident Evil 6. I don't know if you do or not, but it's on sale right now. You might want to pick it up. But that's a co-op online game.
3 to 4 hours left is what Steve the Ghost is saying.
Well, you've got 3 to 4 hours to play today since you've gone on strike for Elden Ring, so you don't need to do that anymore. You've finished Death's Door, so there you go. Perfect. Just get it done.
We could just crush it.
It's Resident Evil
We
week.
could crush it, but I don't know. I feel like, I mean, if we don't record Elden Ring, the Resident Evil videos just don't get that many views on it.
Oh, people are going to riot, but I mean, Morgan's quit, James. I mean, you've done this to yourself.
It's a worker strike, essentially.
Yeah.
So our demands are met.
But the problem is, I don't know. We might be able to finish it, but it would be a real bummer if we couldn't finish it. And but yeah, we could. I mean, then we won't get any Elden Ring for a couple weeks.
I don't know.
So I guess that's the option.
My last ditch effort to save Elden Ring.
What was that?
It's my last ditch effort to save Elden Ring.
What is your last ditch effort? To not do it?
To protest, yes.
Well, I mean, the protest will work if we don't record it today, but then I'm going to be out of town, so we won't get any more Elden Ring because I leave tomorrow morning really early and I teach tonight. So if we don't record it today, then there will be none for 2 weeks.
So you're saying it's important that we record Elden Ring?
It would be nice, but if you're protesting it, we could try to figure out how to get Resident Evil 4 done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, the longer you make him not play it, like the worse he's going to get. So you're just going to make it more painful for yourself in the long run, potentially.
I mean, it has already been like 2 weeks since I played it. Well, this would be the beginning of I guess 2 weeks. Yeah.
This does feel like, the UN right now, where we're just trying to negotiate some kind of peace settlement between two
Yeah,
nations.
this seems like the stuff that should be taken offline is now online.
Yeah.
But...
It's always online, but this is where we do all of our meetings. Anyway,
no, yeah, I know. It's just funny when you do hear that there's
all
stuff.
the negotiations leading up to this they're on video. There's 40 videos where you can see it building up to this. I don't know. It's not like this isn't like an overnight sensation. This has been like however months Elden Ring has been out. That's how long we've been working towards this.
Resident Evil.
Hire some scabs. Get a scab in here.
We're caught in a chokehold. There's not a way to go today. There's nobody I'm gonna be able to pull in today for Elden Ring.
I tell you what, I'll do Elden Ring with James, and you can do a movie podcast with Zach. How about that?
Okay.
He's not happy. I can see.
After this to do.
What's happening?
Podcast? Are you available after this to do a movie podcast?
No.
Oh God.
What are we like? What are we going to talk about? I'm trying to think of. I watched Blank Man.
You don't need to even have a script, you two. You just
don't really need a movie to watch. We just got to get going.
It's true. It's true.
Someone mention a movie, and then that's it. You'll be off. You'll be away. 2 hours later, just press stop on the recording.
Yeah, it's just like an. Can we get a recommendation from the audience?
Yeah,
a movie.
A suggestion.
Yeah, a decade, and we'll start just.
Have you guys seen the movie Pterodactyl Woman from Beverly Hills?
Oh.
No.
That movie's pretty good. It's a what are those called? The ones from Toxic Avengers. They're trauma.
Trauma.
It's one of my favorite trauma movies.
I think Red Rhinelander's got it. The Under Siege with Steven Seagal. And Under Siege, or we could just talk Steven Seagal.
Oh, Under Siege 2, Dark Skies or something?
Yeah, the one on the train.
Yeah. With Catherine Heigl.
You're away. This is all you need. You just need a spark and you're off. That's it.
I don't know. Catherine, I don't like her.
Why not?
She always talks bad about the experience she had on Knocked Up. Judd Apatow. Seth Rogen.
Did she have a bad time?
Well, no, she said like that didn't help her career out at all. Which I believe it did.
You see,
because she's a terrible actress anyway.
This is all right. You know what? They don't even need to record it. I can just.
I don't know. Morgan's got it on the internet. He's looking at something, but Amber heard this.
I just never have heard of that. I didn't know what the controversy was about. So she just essentially said that she didn't get a big enough like pop from being on that movie.
She just didn't think it did anything for her career. You'll be able to find it. Oh, here, I'll find you some stuff here. Let's do this. What is this like? It's like the ESPN that show. Steven Roots. What's his name?
So while the podcast is going on in the background, I'm going to read Amazing Jays' comment. It's at Morgan and at James. So far, how would you rank RE4 in terms of enjoyment levels compared to 1, 2, 3, and 5? What do you find to be the most fun aspect of it? You're doing pretty well even without buying all the best weapons available to you, but your scarcity of funds is self-inflicted due to not utilizing the treasure map to check every room, and that one time James threw away a partially upgraded rifle instead of selling it and getting the extra money for the value of the upgrades you had to pull into it. Oh. So, me personally, I believe Resident Evil 1 is probably my favorite of them so far. But I don't know. I think this is my maybe third favorite. I like Resident Evil 1 and 2 and then 4. And I don't really like Resident Evil 5. And I thought Resident Evil 3 was okay, but I thought 2 was better. My favorite one that I've ever played is 7. And I can't wait to get to play that one with Morgan. I thought that was the scariest of them, but it might have been kind of scary because I was playing it in VR.
Yeah.
It's not a VR game, but I was playing it with a VR headset on.
So
On a
you,
yoga ball.
you haven't
One
played
definitely is at the tops.
you haven't played Village yet,
Yoga
then,
ball.
have you?
I haven't. No, I have not played Village.
Okay, I think you'll like Village. It's kind of a continuation from 7. It's changed a little bit, but it kind of
A little more action oriented.
more action, less jump scare horror, I think. But well, there is one level that's very jump scare horror. I liked 8 a lot, but 7's very good too. You'll like both of those.
I just asked if we like the PlayStation RE3 or the RE3 remake better. I've only played the remake. I thought. the
Yeah, I
remake
only
was
played the
good.
remake too.
I thought it was fun. I know that it was very short, which is why I thought this one was going to be short.
I think technically the remake is better, but there's a lot of content that was in the PlayStation version that's just been cut for some reason, and yeah. So it swings and roundabouts.
Whoa, everybody. Oh, this 4 days ago. Why am I just hearing about it now? Taco Bell just launched 2 new burritos.
Oh, you haven't been.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
hold the phone. You haven't been to Taco Bell for 2 days.
4 days.
What the? Come on now.
Oh, nicely utilized
It's
right there.
kind of weird that you have a little button because it's supposed to be an expletive that's like blurted out. But if you have a little button that you press when you say it, like you know it's coming, it's a little off.
Premeditated a little too much.
It's
Yeah.
Well, don't we all know when it's coming? I mean, do we ever really curse without the ability to stop ourselves?
Yes.
it's a comedy button really, but yeah, I wasn't
Ask
genuinely.
Michael
I-
Richards.
When I'm around children, you will never hear me swear. I don't know if I've ever cursed around somebody that was younger than 10 years old. So I can turn the cursing off on my environment.
You're not living, man.
So there, I guess. Yeah, I
Throwing
don't
some
curse in front of
expletives
kids,
around
period.
You never told
elementary
some
schools.
little kid to eat shit.
So basically,
No.
so
Oh, weird.
the cutoff there was 10 years old, right? So 10 years old.
Probably like 16. I probably
Oh,
wouldn't
okay,
curse in
fair
front of
enough.
a kid that was like 12 or 13. I don't know. Like I wouldn't feel comfortable. I don't want to like. I'm not a smoker, but there was a point in time where I was.
It depends
I
on
had
what you're
never
doing. Like, if
smoked in
they're-
front of a kid that I knew.
I
if
just
they're, like,
think
selling you
What a kid you don't know.
drugs, You could probably cuss in front of them.
I just thought it was great that, you know, like 10 years old, you would never swear at all, but 11th birthday, you live. That would be fantastic.
Oh man.
Anyway, Scotch Egg, my favorite name in all of Gamefront. Scotch Egg says 34 minutes 18. James uses the term antipasta. I'm intrigued. Is that the missing mass of the universe?
Now, it's possible that I have been using this word completely incorrect because I've been brought to fancy restaurants that I'm not really supposed to be at. But from my understanding of what I've gathered, anytime I've seen antipasta be delivered, it's another word for salad. And sometimes it's salad pasta, which is weird because you'd think antipasta would be anything but pasta. But I've definitely seen antipasta show up and it's like a pasta salad.
It's
What
an
is it, then?
appetizer typically consisting of olives, anchovies, cheese, and meats. It's kind of like a charcuterie board.
But sometimes there's pasta in it.
I think you can have
Shouldn't
pasta
be.
with it, but it's not. That's not what the pasta is, if that makes sense.
Well, I don't want to argue too much against it.
But it
because
goes. But I
realize I've
mean, it
already
goes.
stepped in
It's
it too many times
you know.
today.
No.
It seems
It goes well
misleading.
with pasta. Yeah, it is a bit of a weird term. I agree, but you know that's the Italians for you. Dark Page, 24 minutes 15. Oh, we can't read that one. It's Dark Page. TJ Slusher. No.
We might as well give Dark Pages video a look. I don't know what it is. Sounds like.
24:15.
It's
And
yeah,
here we
kinda-
are back in Resident.
24:15. Have we
kinda
seen this
sounds like I
before?
say penis. I watched it because I was curious. Penis.
Oh, that does sound. You definitely said penis. Yep.
Oh, it does sound like you said penis.
Penis. My bad.
Well, like, and just completely like that's the only thing you say. Almost
Out
like
of
you're playing that
context.
game as a kid where you just whisper it.
What did
So
you
you get
actually
away with
say?
it?
I only heard penis. What did you actually say?
Pitas.
Oh, like the currency.
I think it's PTZA. So yeah, I don't know how you pronounce
it
it.
was
Or what it
pesetas.
is.
Penis. You
It's, no,
pronounce it penis.
it's pronounced pesetas, not penis.
Is it full? Is it
You're
full?
gonna go to the
is
English
the full
for
name voice?
pronunciation. Potatoes.
The
Pesetas.
full pronunciation is voice meter potato. Is that what you're saying?
Voice
Alright,
meter
alright.
penis.
Voice meter penis.
Talking to the phallic object, please.
Oh my god, this has gone off the rails. TJ Slushy says, now we got to wait till next week to see Jabs get his head removed. Humph.
It ends.
Pitas. If you look it up and do the Google, that's the American pronunciation.
It's pesetas.
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 I just wrote
Oh,
the
Cetas.
Pita's spinach pronunciation. Gosh dang.
The spinach pronunciation is pesetas.
Pitas. That's the Spanish American pronunciation. Pitas.
Pesetas.
Tapas.
Dark Page then says, way back in the day when this game came out on GameCube.
Oh my god! Do I need to get out again? What the hell, man?
Yeah, people would buy a GameCube just for this game, but seems like it's cool, but not Game of the Year, which I think it got. Well, I mean, Game of the Year. I don't know what else came out the same year as the first release of Resident Evil 4. It might have been a whole bunch of garbage games.
What year did it come out?
But...
That's a good question.
You guys want to come over and play
Nobody
my
knows?
GameCube? No, I'm gonna go home and play with my GameCube.
It's all about the GameCube. It's the best console. Between that and penis, we've gone off the rails here. Like, I mean, apparently it originally came out.
The startup
in-
like animation that G being spelled and then just pube patch or something.
I guess that was one of the hidden GameCube startups that they didn't find. 2005. So top games of 2005.
Wow, I have no idea. I guess San Andreas probably came out in 2000. Well, that would have been
Pesetas.
probably 2004. Maybe even 2000. When did Grand Theft Auto San Andreas come out? Because that would be. I'm sorry.
These were
GTA's
it wasn't a strong year. It wasn't a strong year for games. Looking at it, the top selling games of that year was FIFA 06. Who cares? FIFA comes out every year. Pro Evolution Soccer. Who cares? Need for Speed Most Wanted. Who cares?
Shadows of the
Turismo-
Colossus, Devil May Cry 3, God of War,
San Andreas did
Resident
come
Evil
out that
4,
year.
Psychonauts, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, Chaos Theory.
Yeah, I was just looking through it. I'm wrong. Yeah,
Fear came out. No, Danny, you keep listing games that you didn't think fucking mattered. That's fine.
those,
I'll-
the top-
the ladder industry did everything they could to try and stomp out the stair industry back in the day. 355.
Yeah, we were
Listen,
talking about when.
this is important. The Simpsons Hit and Run came out in 2005. Now, if that wasn't Game of the Year, then I don't know what was. But
I don't know if I liked that game.
forget
That was
about
on
San
PlayStation
Andreas.
3?
Forget about San Andreas. Simpsons Hit and Run is what it's all about. Sorry, did you want to watch 3 minutes 55?
We can. I think it's referencing a conversation we had about when Stairs came out.
Guitar
the
Hero
person that
came out.
invented them.
When Stairs came out.
What do you think the person who invented the first set of stairs, like, you think his close friends and family were like, this is never going to work.
This
No
is an
one
insane
already knows
conversation again.
stairs. They'll just stay on floor 1 like they should.
Well, until they invented the stairs, to be fair, until that's why skyscrapers look like outhouses, because until they invented the stairs, you couldn't build them more than 1 floor.
Yeah, the
But they
skyscraper.
were the tallest
first,
buildings around.
yeah, first
You know,
skyscraper
the second
was an
floor is
outhouse.
standing on the toilet.
It's called a double decker.
It's a good question, though. I've never thought about that before. But who invented the stairs? When was the first staircase? That's such a good question.
I think Steve the Ghost has got it. It's just a modified ladder. They started making more permanent ladders, and they're like, "Oh, this." Is
You
useless.
think ladders came out before stairs?
Oh, more than
100%.
absolutely, definitely they did. But I mean, but I'm still curious to know what was the first actual staircase with a,
It was probably
who
one of those
invented
pyramids that
stairs?
wasn't smooth sides. Like it would
An
be
old
like,
English rhyme credits a man named Oliver Herford.
I'm sure it was Oliver Herford. With
Some
the
modern
stairs.
sources credit a Swiss architect named Werner Bosendorfer for the first attempts to standardize staircase guidelines in 1948.
1948. That's way too late for staircases.
My
No, no.
building,
Uh,
my building's
around
older than that,
2500
and there's stairs.
BCE.
But they're non-standard, which so he
Yeah,
he
it's not
standardized
standardized.
stairs, which is fair
Yeah.
enough because
Depending
you know
on how old you think the Earth is, this is saying that it's 4,000 years ago that was the first time that we've discovered stairs in a civilization like an Earth.
Okay, so we're
I can buy that.
6,000 years in, basically, is what you're saying.
If that's how old you believe the Earth is.
I'd prefer it if we all did.
Dang.
Praise him.
Steve the Ghost then goes on to say, I think people have mentioned it 30 plus times, but when the enemy is dead, the circle at the end of your weapon's laser sight doesn't show up on their body. And then Danger Ted says, did you know you can give your character a mustache at the Mirror in the Round Table hold? And Steve says, what's a mustache? That's a good running joke. I miss the old Morgan. Oh my god.
oh wow, look
This
at that
could
picture.
be longer than the other ones, huh?
Wow.
Then Pelagius says, I'll say this one thing. Once you find Ashley, you really want to go to the garden area so she can get into the treasure room. More useless trivia. There are a whole bunch of rejected enemy types and variations of existing enemies in RE4. Notably, some of the enemies you actually might have seen. The BSAA contact at the very beginning of RE5 looks a lot like a scrapped prototype of Bound Slave enemy. Harlequin. Enemies apparently were reused in Devil May Cry 1. Oh. And some types of Parasite Woman were likely were used as a base for mutating enemies in RE5 and 6. More about that when you finally meet the best enemy in the game. Okay.
Interesting.
And that's all.
That's all she wrote. There you go. I told you it'd be a short fan mail. I mean, it wasn't because we derailed ourselves multiple times, but at least the comments were short.
I wonder if there's anyone in the chat that is brave enough to tell James what I've been asking him to do, and if we can rectify Elden Ring before we go into our recording day. Because if we don't get it rectified now, we will not be recording Elden Ring this week.
What if nobody knows what it is that you want me to do? Because I feel like you've never really...
I think he told you earlier.
Yeah, I've never said it.
I don't think you've made it clear enough that I'd remember it.
You're a monster. I need a beat button.
Yeah. There you go.
Not forget. Yeah, Steve the Ghost has no idea what he wants me to do. Pelagius says not forget to check everything.
As chairman of the United Nations Council, I think we should give James one last opportunity for you to explain to him what you need him to do. And if he doesn't do it,
that is not on the negotiation table at all.
Hey, James, I know this website that lets people archive video footage. There's a lot of Gamefront videos on there. You might find that episode. I don't know. I was in and out during fan mail. Perhaps try watching it?
I think I most clearly laid it out like 4 or 5 videos ago. It's when you were ignoring me in the staircase.
Ooh.
Ignoring you in the staircase.
And then we watched it again in fan mail. Then I explained myself again. And you don't remember any of it. So so there we go. There it is. And Zach, you're for sure not available for a movie podcast?
I already saw that my coworkers closed their doors.
Because you were yelling too much?
Yeah. I'm too loud and it's a work day.
Well, quit your job is all I can say.
Good point. It's about time I shook this place up. You know what? Let's burn this place to the ground.
Is
I should
it
warn
stop
them, though, before I
interrupting
do it.
Morgan and start listening to him? Is that what it was?
That's part of it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's part of it. Okay. Okay, so
Didn't-
that is that the most important part of it?
Do you remember last week when we watched a clip where basically Morgan was saying things and then you just ignored him? And then like asked him questions that he'd already given you the answer to.
He doesn't. He doesn't. He
He
doesn't.
doesn't remember, does he? No, no.
Well, apparently I'm not alone because nobody seems to be able to tell me exactly what it is.
Yeah, but I wasn't talking to everyone. I was talking to you.
Well,
How about
we're doing it in public.
this is my last ditch negotiation. How about we make an agreement right now that Morgan, you have you have to tell James one more time what it is. If this is the trade though. If James doesn't listen to you and actually does whatever it is you're asking him to do, then he has to get this tattooed on his forehead for the rest of his life so that whenever he looks in the mirror, he sees it right there. And
We have a
therefore,
friend that's tattooed their forehead, and I don't want to make a permanent forehead tattoo.
well, you don't have to as long as you listen. As long as you listen to what Morgan tells
he didn't
you.
like his. He always wore sweatbands on
He
it,
loves
and
his. Have you ever talked to him about it?
well, he told me that's why he wears hats and headbands.
Yeah, because of society, not because he doesn't love it.
Oh well, the one I have not had many conversations, but the one conversation I had with him, he said that it was a mistake. So it was not like a, but it was only one conversation I had with him, and so I'm sure that it
Maybe
might
he's
have just
changed
been
his
the easier
mind.
way.
Because he
Yeah.
used to love it. Maybe it became tiresome. Yeah, James, how do you remember lines for your movies?
Well, usually I intentionally have them in front of myself and I memorize them. They're not usually spoken via internet where there's a slight lag and I might talk over somebody and I'm playing a
Blaming
game
the
that's
lag.
notorious for.
Oh, don't lie, James. You Marlon Brando it, don't you? You got a little earpiece in. Aaron's behind
Yeah,
the
you got-
cameras. Yeah.
You got the cards up.
Flashcards. No, actually, I'm really good. But the thing is, you only have to memorize about at most 2 minutes of a scene. Typically, when you're, there are some exceptions, but about 2 minutes of a scene at a time.
That's how he lives his life.
So once you've shot the scene, you don't remember anything about it ever again.
No, I have no idea. It's gonna be such a surprise to see the movie. Which
He doesn't
has
even know what
already,
happened to the movie.
I don't know. I have no idea. But I know that the rough cut is locked.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know what. Then I don't really exactly know what a rough cut is. But the final version deadline is August 30th.
Oh, that's a lot faster than I was thinking.
Yeah, me too. I mean, they have to submit it, I think, by September for one of the first weeks of September to get it into Sundance.
Nice. That's fun.
It does actually make a lot of sense the way Pill puts it. Like James just remembers everything in 2-minute intervals. That actually does explain a lot.
My great grandfather was a goldfish. I don't know. I don't know how much of his genes I have, but
At least 3 or 4 pairs, though.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
They were handed down.
They are falling apart.
All right. Well, Elden Ring's been cancelled. Sorry, folks. I'm not sure what's going to be happening today.
You know what's weird about Nemo? And I was reading about Clownfish the other day, is that if Nemo's mom died, his dad would actually turn into a female fish because he would be the alpha male of that group, and then another fish would then become the alpha male, which I guess would be Nemo. I don't think that they would make babies. I hope not, but that's the way that Clownfish society works.
Well, okay. Interesting.
So, like, the whole basis of the Jurassic Park movies are that there is certain animals that they splice genes with that can have, like, the female can impregnate themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a hermaphrodite, right? Or isn't that there's a term for it?
Mostly insects that do that, right? Is there fish that do it as well?
Frogs
I
do it.
believe that there was some sort of an amphibian or something, and that's why they didn't
they-
really like. I don't want to spoil the new Jurassic Park movie, but it's
Yeah.
pretty early in the third one. But they realized that they are able to impregnate themselves.
I think aphids do that as well. They're all born like female and impregnated already.
Godzilla did it.
Godzilla did it. Is that how we got Baby
Go-
Zilla?
Yeah, that's how he's a whatever it's called. Self-reproducing. Everyone Google it or Bing it, depending on your favorite search engine. DuckDuckGo. Don't worry, they sell your information too.
Danny, you must be so happy when you install Windows a fresh time, and it's like begging you to keep Microsoft Edge as your browser.
I don't have anything to do because I don't change it. It's just it's already there and everything's
Well,
great.
do you just give all the accepted settings of like, yeah, you can have all my
Oh
contacts,
no,
these are
no,
all
I'm
my-
no.
Oh my
No,
god.
I-
Microsoft Edge could not be more thirsty. Please use me. Please
Between-
use me. Are you
I
sure
mean-
You
you-
try to set Chrome as the default. It's like, well, are you? Oh, come on,
yeah.
man.
Did you really use
Come
me
on.
as efficiently and like to really check me out? You
Here
sure you
was
want to
the
keep
r-
switching?
This is the
The other
thing.
thing, and I don't know if this was exactly what I was reading, but they were trying to trick me. They were like, you can just import all of your Chrome things into Microsoft Edge. And I almost clicked it because I thought it was saying you can just use Chrome if you want. And I was like, wait a second. You're saying I can import all my bookmarks and all of my things from Chrome. No, I want Chrome.
I want to explain something, right? Edge is based on no. Listen, hear me out. Okay, right.
Oh no. It's
No,
Chrome
just
OS anyway.
it's based on Chromium, okay? So it's effectively the same thing. The thing that it doesn't have is all the Google stuff shoved into it. Now between Google and Microsoft, I trust Microsoft more. I really don't trust Google. Now, and the other thing is if you don't use Google Chrome, which none of you have probably ever noticed this because you all use Google Chrome, but if you don't use Google Chrome, if you try and use Google or Google Sheets or Google whatever, it will harass the shit out of you to use Google Chrome as well. Like, it's exactly the same. They will just mither you and badger you and email you and pop up all the pop-ups
Then
going,
use your
switch to
precious
Google Chrome.
Microsoft
Switch to Google
365,
Chrome.
dude. What are you doing? Get out of here.
I do, but
I
I'm
have Microsoft.
I'm forced to use Google for work. So whenever I go and well, yeah, because we use Google at work. So whenever I use Google Sheets or Google Hangouts or any other Google thing, it's like if I'm not using Google Chrome, it'll just harass me to use Google Chrome, and
You're
it'll
the
even.
weirdo, the one who uses the 1% software, and you're bitching about it.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you're bitching about the fact that if you don't
I'm with
use Edge.
99% of the rest of the fucking world here, buddy.
No, you're not listening to me, right? If you don't use it, you're saying that it'll harass you to use Edge, but I'm saying if you use Edge, then it'll harass you to use Chrome. It's the same thing.
Exactly.
You're
Are
not
you
going to
making
get
an
away
argument
from.
that the majority of society is right about most things.
Danny,
I hate this.
I will use Microsoft Edge for a week and give it a real good chance, but you've got to agree with me that an outhouse is a tiny skyscraper.
Right.
We can draw lines right now.
I will join you. I'll give it a solid shake, but tell me that you got to
It's
say
the
that
outhouse.
an
gotta
outhouse
give
is
it
a tiny skyscraper.
A really good shake at an outhouse, you know? You can't just do a little
I mean,
shake.
it's.
If there is a outhouse of browsers, it's fucking Microsoft Edge.
But it's just
built
it's
on
literally
Chromium. Checkmate. I win.
no. I
Danny
mean
wins.
it's literally Chrome without the Google bits. Like, what's the like what
Google bits.
why do you hate like what's yeah? But I mean no yeah. All I'm
Bill
saying
Gates is
is
trying to put a microchip in you, man. What are
Here's
you
the
talking
real
about?
reason I like Google Chrome more is like when I go into programs like, for instance, Zencaster, which is what we record a lot of the podcasts on. When you go in, it will, and I haven't tried Microsoft Edge, but if you're using a lot of different things, like people on a Mac, if they're using Safari, it just won't load. Like, it doesn't have, like, the web browser doesn't have connections to stuff. I've heard Firefox doesn't work with it. I haven't specifically tried Edge, but I just so far have never had a program clash with Google Chrome, and I just always use it. And I've used Brave. I like the Brave browser, but that's just built on Chromium. So I'd be willing to give Microsoft Edge a try, since I do use I have Microsoft 365. But you're going to need to
Congratulations,
say
Danny.
out
He's
loud
not
that
gonna
that
say
the
that an
house
outhouse
is a
is a
tiny
skyscraper. He's not
skyscraper.
gonna save it. If he
I
does
think
that,
he
would-
is.
You're saying he's just spineless. That he's just gonna give up completely.
James, you
Disregard
should,
all
you,
logic,
you should,
just
you
so that
should.
This is not the skyscraper you want to die on.
I think you should continue to use Google Chrome, and I'm just going to state categorically for the record that an outhouse is not, I repeat, not a skyscraper.
Just use the same argument that I use for people that use like Apple phones. I'm like, oh yeah, Apple phones are great for people that don't know anything about phones. That's why you guys love them.
Burn.
My iPhone is great. I love my iPhone, and I absolutely, you know.
You don't know anything about phones either.
Oh,
He's got us there.
Oh, no,
I
James
think
is
my
doing it.
next phone's going to be an iPhone. Is the terrible thing.
He's
Come
trying to
with
throw
us.
on
I have-
people drag you down to the bottom of the ocean. Do not throw in with James.
To be honest, I've only got one thing to say about all this.
Uh huh. Yes, yes, yes.
I don't even know if you guys can hear that, but
Oh no, we couldn't hear
No.
that. We couldn't hear that. But I'm assuming you just said absolutely the tiniest skyscraper in town's an outhouse.
James, can we just put this to bed? Why did you pick that metaphor? Why do you pick that analogy? I don't understand. Like, why are you trying to compare a skyscraper to an outhouse? There's
Because I
any
know
number of
that
things
it's not. I know that it's wrong. I needed something that I knew was wrong, but also if you saw nothing else would be the only thing you could ask about. So I knew it was wrong. I know that they're not outhouses are not skyscrapers, but I needed an example of something that was similar to, a red
No.
thing on
James,
the ground.
During the argument, you made the case that someone could make a skyscraper into as an outhouse.
Oh,
now
I
you're
see.
arguing
I understand.
Well,
You-
I'm saying that
you-
you
know
were
what?
wrong, but you're arguing
No,
in
no, no.
bad faith during the argument, and
I get it
you're
now. I get it.
arguing in good faith against your bad faith argument to make yourself.
I
Yeah,
might
th-
now be on James's side because I think you could make a skyscraper into an outhouse.
Yeah, but
What?
that idea is obtuse because no one has ever done that.
No,
No one
actually,
there has never been a skyscraper that was just an
Morgan, this is, you know what? This is just blowing my mind. This is the problem. James is trying to, well, I understand what he was trying to say now. He was trying to say, because it was all about the red thing and the blue thing floating in the air, right? And he was trying to say that if you said, look at that skyscraper, and all James could see was an outhouse, he would ask you, do you mean this outhouse because it's the closest thing around that he can see to a skyscraper? Which doesn't.
He's making now.
Yeah, which doesn't make it a skyscraper, but it means James is just trying to find the closest thing to a skyscraper just to try and eliminate it or whatever, which is fair enough, I guess. But then, why are you trying to get me to convince you? Why are you trying to get me to admit that an outhouse is a skyscraper just so you'll switch to Edge?
I'm installing Microsoft Edge on all my computers, Danny. You done good. You done good, Danny boy.
Why were you trying to get me to admit an outhouse was a skyscraper? That isn't even the argument you were making. You're just trying to get me to admit that an outhouse is a skyscraper for no reason, just to make me look stupid.
I was getting over passionate, okay? I'm a passionate guy.
He just happened to stumble on a semi-logical argument, and so now he's going with it. But up until that point, that is not what he was arguing. So don't get confused that like he's actually like now explained himself clearly because he didn't even know what the hell he was talking about the entire time.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna cut all this together. I'm gonna take the whole argument. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna go line by line and show you how destructive this kind of behavior is for a relationship.
Okay. Well, I'll watch it. But I'm going to watch it through Microsoft Edge, which is the browser I'm giving it a shot, and we'll see how it is.
Thank you. I look forward to a review of Edge next week.
Yeah,
Right.
I hope your computer crashes. That's why you guys like Microsoft Edge.
Well,
is
I
just so you
just
don't
did a
have to
fresh
switch it
install
every
of
time.
Windows on my other computer, the one that I had all the problems with and the bad installs of Windows and everything that was bad. But I never did like a complete fresh, absolute wipe install of Windows. And because I've been using my laptop since I got it, I did a fresh install on my tower computer that I'm putting in Sedona this week, and it has fixed all of the problems. Installing it completely fresh. I lost everything on there, but I hadn't been using it for months, and I'd already backed everything up. But now it works better than it has in years. And I have been given so many opportunities to use Edge.
Oh man, this has been just a walking advertisement for
Get me
Microsoft
outta
Edge.
here.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Hank, I need an exit.